Netflix just announced that they're going to stop DVDs, Blu-rays, discs to the mail, and I'm a little bit sad about that. In fact, I'm a lot sad. It's really nostalgic to think about the red envelope coming through the mail. A lot of people of my age, my generation, had that experience, and it was a lot of fun to get the DVDs and then the Blu-rays through the mail. In fact, it's really a kind of an era passing, because when the DVDs through the mail came out, to me, as a person who lived in rural areas, didn't have access to either movie theaters, a lot of good movie theaters, or a pretty big library like you might have in a college or university town, this was the first time there was a DVD library where I could choose what I wanted. Anything in the world that was on disc, seemingly, if it was in print, Netflix had it, and I could order it and have it in the mail in 2 days. Before that, you could go to video stores, or you could just wait to, have a movie show up on cable TV or something like that. But neither of those options really was the full, rich library. And then you had the Netflix site, which I think pretty well curated these things. It was pretty easy to navigate, easy to find, recommendations on it. And it wasn't really pushy, I think, as the new Netflix streaming service and website are. Matter of fact, I think it was a good synthesis of the physical, getting the disc, getting the red envelope, and then the digital, where you could interact with the Netflix site and the Netflix queue. I mean, who didn't love the Netflix queue? Trying to figure out the order of the movies you're going to get and then putting stuff at number one. It was a really fun experience, and so you had that merging. Whereas now, with streaming services, it's all digital, it's all virtual. There's no physicality to it, feeling the disc, if you're going to rent a movie online. So I had the DVD through the mail service, and I can't remember when. I think it was 2003 for sure. Well, I know for sure then, as a graduate student, just getting these things to the mail, going through a lot of movies. In fact, the basis of this channel, one way I have even knowledge about anything, is because of this DVD Blu-ray through the mail service, which I used probably for 8 to 10 years at least. And I am guilty of causing this DVD through the mail thing to stop, no doubt about it. I mean, I stopped that service long ago, probably 8 to 10 years ago. I still know at least 2 people who use it. And they're curmudgeons and they don't want to do streaming, and they like the physical disc through the mail service. I stopped it, so I'm responsible in part for all this, but yet I'm still nostalgic. I think the DVD through the mail thing was a better website experience. It was a better curated place. And by the way, that's really the problem I have with streaming services today. I absolutely love them. I love that every single movie ever made is available or could be available in theory. And it's pretty easy to get stuff, whatever you want, through, just renting or buying, or I won't say how else you could do it. But the curation of streaming services overall is pretty bad. Now on this channel, I love Criterion. There's a couple other sites that are pretty good about curation. But overall, the experience of finding movies, finding recommendations, just falling into recommendations, it's not very nice. I don't like it very much. And these streaming services are too heavy on, promoting things that you might like according to their algorithms, instead of, offering something that here are a bunch of stuff that we've watched and we think you might like. They don't do it as well. They used to do it with DVD through the mail and Netflix, and I think things have changed for the worse, at least in that way. Overall, what do people need to do? Well, go to Criterion Channel, go buy Criterion discs, build your own collections, and unfortunately that takes money. The DVD through the mail service was pretty cheap. Actually, most people don't even remember the DVD through the mail service. They attached the streaming service to it for free at first. They gave it to you for a long time. I'm thinking a year maybe, for free. And then they split things up. You could either get DVD through the mail or streaming. Now you have to build your own collection. It's expensive. If you want a physical disc, which I strongly recommend you do, because all these titles go out of print or will eventually. But as of now, unless you have a good physical library where they have lots of physical discs near you, and there are lots of places where that is not true, you won't have access to the world's library physically anymore, that's really the problem with this. It's really a sad passing of that era, which was very helpful to me, was helpful to a lot of people. It was a pleasure to have, and it's kind of sad that it's going away. Question I have is, will the DVD Blu-ray thing come back? Or, is it gone, but will it ever come back like records, like vinyl records and music? I'm not sure that it will. Vinyl records have their own unique sound to them. People like the big album with the artwork on it. Whereas movies are a little bit smaller, and there's not as much I mean, what's the difference between a disc and streaming? Basically nothing in most cases, but for people who don't have good internet access, they still need discs. So maybe this will come back just in a sort of niche way, that is Blu-rays through the mail or some physical disc through the mail. So I would say thank you to Netflix for that time period. For me, it was like 2001 to 2 to, I don't know, 2013. Super helpful in developing my movie knowledge, my tastes, broadening it, opening me up to a bunch of stuff. The DVD through the mail was fantastic for that. What did you think of the Netflix through the mail service? Did you have it? What was it like? Do you agree with me or not? What do you think of streaming services? I'm all for them. I love them to death. It's just sometimes really hard to find stuff, and certainly the curation is terrible, but let's see if there's better experiences out there, and we can all develop them. So if we're complaining about like me, we can all make this stuff happen. Make what we want happen. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel for more great content. Have a great day.